Paul, pretty big news. Will Rhodes has been announced as a new club captain. Can you tell us the thought process behind the decision?
Yeah, I think it's always a tough thing when you have a captain move, but I think from Will's point of view, this is a fantastic time. Jeets has, the last 2 years has really helped the team to get back into the first division. Last year was an extremely tough year for him as a captain, for the team, for the coaching staff, everyone, because it was a real challenge. But this year is an opportunity for Will to take control of that team, grow into a leadership role, whilst he's got Jeets here as a former captain, an experienced player. Obviously Tim Ambrose, Ian Bell hopefully be back in the side, so it gives Will the opportunity to grow as a captain with senior players in the group. If we'd left it another year and Will then takes the captaincy over, the chances are one or two of those senior players may have moved on, and that makes it even harder for Will. So from a timing point of view, it's a great time, but obviously it's an exciting time because we've got a very inexperienced group of players, and it's a brilliant time to introduce this new captain with a few new thoughts, a bit of freshness, and hopefully it is the right time for Will to take it on.
And Will's shown a lot of leadership, hasn't he? Not only in this dressing room, but he's got great experience with England under-19s.
He has, yes, and he captained Yorkshire's second team when I was coach at that side, so I know Will as a character, I know him well as a captain, and look, when you take over the role of captain of a county side or the England side, it's a job where you learn on the job. No one's ever taken the job on and being 100% ready for it. Doesn't matter how good a captain you turn out to be. So, there will be times when he'll have to rely on his senior players, he'll have to rely on the coaching staff, but without a doubt he has got the potential. He's got all the credentials, I think, to be a fantastic captain. Very popular in the dressing room. He speaks really well. He knows his game well. He's a very clear thinker on the game. He's got a good cricket head on him, and I think he's got all the ingredients to make an excellent captain.
They are pretty big shoes to fill. Not only because Jim has been captain for 2 years, but he's been such a big part of Warwickshire's success over the last few years.
Well, he's a one-off, isn't he? In the modern county game, to have an overseas player who has committed so much to one club, and not only the commitment, but the real passion and desire that he shows Warwickshire County Cricket Club on and off the field. He has been and will continue to be an excellent voice in that changing room. But his performances on the field have been outstanding. I don't think there were too many in the history of county cricket to touch him as an overseas player for his contribution on and off the field. And whilst he's been here, Warwickshire have been a very successful team. They've won trophies. He has been pretty much every year at the top of the pile when it comes to performances on the field. And as I say, it's a brilliant opportunity for Will to tap into Jeets' experience and knowledge.
Jeets was quite proud as well that he's a guy that came in at the start of his captaincy has been able to grow under his leadership and now become captain himself.
Yeah, and I think that's important. And I think Will and Jeets get on very well, so that relationship will continue to move forward. But there are other good people. Tim Ambrose is obviously going to be a key person as well. He played a real vital role with Jeets, and he'll play exactly the same role for Will Rhodes going forward.
The fixtures came out last week, and Will's got a trip to Somerset for the first game. A pretty tough one to start with.
Yeah, it is, but you want to play against the best. I mean, that's why you're in the first division. You want to play against the best teams all the time. I think our fixture list is excellent. It's a real challenging fixture list, but that's where you want to be. We don't want to be in the second division. We want to be in the first division. We want tough games every week, and we want our players to be learning in a tough environment, because that's what county cricket is all about. And I think your runs and your wickets that you take, you want them to be in the first division. You want them to be at the highest level. It's a bit like Dom Sibley being picked to play for England. You want your players to be achieving and striving to be the best they can be, and that means they want to be playing the best competitive cricket they can possibly play. And
looking at that schedule, and you've mentioned Dom Sibley, Chris Wokes as well, they might be available for those first 4 or 5 games. That's quite exciting for Warwickshire as well.
They might be, but let's see where we get to. I mean, I really hope that we don't see a lot of them, because it means that they're playing international cricket, and that has to be one of our goals. Not only do we want to be successful on the field here for Warwickshire, but we want to be producing players to go on and play for England Lions and play for England over the winter, over the summer, and that's really exciting. We've got a player in Dan Mosley away playing for the 19s, hopefully at the Under-19 World Cup. Sam Hain hopefully will be involved in the Lions somewhere along the line, and to have 2 others in Sibley and Wokes playing for the Test team, that's a great place for us to be.
And obviously new grounds, Portland Road as well, an opportunity for the whiteboard game. You excited to go and visit that ground?
Well, Portland Road's an excellent facility. I mean, it's a magnificent surface. You know, watching second team cricket there last year, it is a brilliant surface to play cricket on. It's compact, but it's a different feel to here at Edgbaston, and you know, we're really lucky to have a fantastic venue like that that's not too far away, that has the ingredients which you really need, and that is a top class pitch.
The players have returned. I know you're busy. Can you give us a little bit of insight into recruitment potentially of T20 overseas player?
Yeah, we've identified somebody that we want to bring in, and hopefully in the next week we should be able to secure that contract and announce our second overseas, which is exciting. But you know, I think the key is that we're looking to make sure that we've got the right balance for that team, and we give ourselves the best chance to be competitive in the T20 tournament.
Yeah, balance is the key word. When you look at this squad, this young squad, you must be pretty excited about the 2020 and obviously beyond.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that's the thing that, you know, last year we fast forwarded quite a few careers. You know, I said at the beginning of last season, you know, that my hope was over a period of time we would develop a core spine of our setup, of our first team, to be homegrown Warwickshire players. And you know, maybe that's happened a bit quicker than we thought, but what it has shown is that we have got the players coming through. Our pathway and our academy pathway has developed some excellent cricketers. 4 young cricketers from that pathway played in the first team last year. Rob Yates was obviously the standout because he played more cricket, but in Ethan Brooks we've got a very talented young all-rounder. We need an all-rounder to balance our team. So Ethan's following on, you know, in his brother's footsteps, which is fantastic. George Garrett showed that he's got real high ceiling, and Dan Mosley, we mentioned, played just the 1 game, but you know, he's had a taste of county cricket. He knows what it's about, and you hope that drives them this winter to actually want more of that. You know, not just turn up in pre-season and hope to be a part of it, but actually turn up saying, I've had a taste of it, I want more of that. I want to be a first team player, and I want to do it here at Edgbaston.